मत हो जी परेशान, करो जी माथा बच्ची, निकलेगा समाधान, करो जी माथा बच्ची। अब छूटेगी जान, करो जी माथा बच्ची, मत हो जी परेशान, करो जी माथा बच्ची। मत हो जी परेशान, निकलेगा समाधान, अब छूटेगी जान, करो जी माथा बच्ची।
Maathapacchi!
Hello everyone and welcome back to Maathapacchi. Today I am with Dr. Pramod Kumar Bajpai and we'll be discussing the new judgment passed by the Supreme Court about the sex workers. So my first question to you sir would be, how do you perceive the judgment that has been passed by the Supreme Court?
Supreme Court has passed a very uh, pertinent judgment regarding rights of sex workers. That means that sex workers also have right to live with dignity, to work conducively in a comfortable, healthy manner. Actually, Supreme Court has laid down a principle on this, that the exploitation, they are doubly or triply exploited. On the one hand, they are victimized by their own social, familial, cultural milieu. On the other, they are also tortured by the police and other personnel. And thirdly, they also face the health problems and health issues. So they are always on the radar of NACO or state AIDS organization and all that. Supreme Court has only tried to find out that if something can be done to prevent exploitation from the police personnel. So this is all I think.
This leads me to my next question. In India, we view sex as a very taboo thing. So, what do you think will be the social impact of this judgment by the court?
Sex is a taboo thing, and I think Supreme Court has not touched this issue. Only thing is that anybody who is in this trade or a vocation needs to be protected. Government has a duty to protect them from ill health, if there is any, from exploitation and torture, if there is any, from unlawful victimization, if there is any. So Supreme Court has only tried to streamline the things. Regarding sex as taboo and something, Supreme Court and this subject is very clear about that any work done by any lawful work done by an adult, that is a person more than 18 years of age and with consent, is legal only. It is not illegal. So if it is legal, then it may be immoral or it is a subjective thing. The ethical and immoral things are not part of law most often, and therefore Supreme Court has only tried to streamline the entire issue regarding the rights of the sex workers. So if they are there due to any reason, and if they want to leave this job, government should help them out. If they want to be in the trade or a vocation, they should work there with dignity. This is only thing. Supreme Court does not say any moral or ethical or any social merit to it. So I think it should be viewed in a limited sense, which was long required.
Right, so I have read the judgment, I have read the papers, and I what I perceived from it was the Supreme Court is recognizing sex work as a profession. What is your take on it?
I think this is a misread. Supreme Court says that notwithstanding any profession, the workers have right to live or work with dignity. That does not mean that Supreme Court recognizes sex work as profession. However, they must have escaped from using this word profession, and there they must have used the word vocation or evocation. That must have been the pertinent word. However, profession is not in context to sex work. It is a general term that has been used in the judgment, and sex work is neither a profession, not fit into the domain of a profession. And to my best of my knowledge and understandings, Supreme Court does not mean to recognize sex work as profession. So the very thing that Supreme Court says is clear, that any work which is done by an adult, consenting adult, should be viewed with dignity. So it is not a profession, and Supreme Court, to my mind, has not said this.
Okay, so my next question to you would be, there is a social stigma around sex in India. Do you think this judgment will help relieve that?
Actually, yes. Stigma regarding sex is a different thing. Regarding this Supreme Court judgment and sex work and all, actually, this is misunderstood with the word prostitution more often than not. And prostitution, the act itself, the act, Immoral Traffic Prevention Act 1956 itself defines prostitution as exploitation and abuse. That means sexual exploitation or sexual abuse of any person for commercial gains. So this is the definition of prostitution. And if actually prostitution has three connotations to it. One is that it is run in a brothel. Second is there should be a brothel owner. Third thing, there should be a middleman, that is more often said as dalal or dalla or stooge, somebody. There should be some customer to it. There should be a rate list to it. There should be some sense of exploitation, as the very definition says, or abuse. So if these components are fulfilled, then this will be a prostitution. Sex work should be seen differently. As in this judgment itself, Supreme Court has said that brothel running is illegal. Sex work per se by an adult with his or her own consent is not illegal. Only thing is, it is perceived illegal. Therefore, Supreme Court has tried to eliminate this wrongful perception.
That is why they face a lot of repercussions with the police.
Yeah. So, Supreme Court also says that the executive and the state governments should come forward with a policy on this, so that anyone should not be suffocated or victimized or tortured by government agencies due to misperception. And on the other, even social taboos must be eliminated. That Supreme Court has very emphatically put forward that every person has a right to live with dignity, and this is all. This nothing before, nothing beyond. I think this is very important judgment, and it clears a mess. In this also, today I was in my class, and when I was discussing this judgment, one student felt very offended that, sir, this may lead to the promotion of this
trade as such
in the society. I said, no, Supreme Court judgment does not mean that. And actually, this is happening. Supreme Court says that anyone who is in this, say, trade or in this evocation or whatever, he or she should be protected from any undue exploitation. And that's all. Actually, you cannot prevent any adult to do any work which is within the parameters of law. And only thing that leads to the intervention of law is that if somebody is abused, as the ITPA, that means Immoral Traffic Prevention Act rightly says so. So if it is abused or exploited, so who is the exploited here, or who is the person affected here? If nobody is affected adversely, nobody is abused, nobody is exploited, one is adult, able to decide his or her own things, and uh, uh, by his or her own wish, without coercion and without any seduction. I don't think that this is a wrongful act, and nobody should come in forward to judge the particular act, because society has been very focused to judge the person's behavior.
Yes.
So that is a social issue, cultural issue that should be discussed separately. In the ambit of the present judgment of Supreme Court, I think it is very limited in its scope, and it tries to eliminate the mess around.
So, can we put it like this, that finally the right to life in its full extent has reached the sex workers now?
It was already there. Only thing is, it has been redefined and reasserted by Honorable Supreme Court. Right to life is our fundamental right, given in Article 14, 19, 21, and it is sacrosanct one. Nobody can judge on that. Nobody can sit in judgment on that. So only thing is that Supreme Court has reasserted and eliminated the mess around.
Yeah, so I think this is a very constructive point to end this discussion on. And to my viewers, I would like to say, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment sections, and you can also mail us. And we also have an Instagram page now, so go follow it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.